Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Samantha Sphinx. Thank you so much for being with me today. Before I continue, if you guys could please just hit the like and subscribe button down below. Just know that every time you hit that button, you're helping me and I'm helping you. And why wouldn't we help each other? And if you need me to support you on something, please leave a comment down below. I would love to support you because why would we not support one another? If you don't know who I am Samantha. I am originally from El Paso, Texas, born and raised, and I moved to San Antonio, Texas about 10 years ago, I think. I think it's been like 10 years now. But anyways, I was a critical care nurse for 10 plus years, and I quit my job in April to pursue my dream of being able to talk to people about mental health and spirituality. So here I am. I am talking about my own personal journey through my spiritual awakening and the things that I've seen and felt. And I'm sharing it with the world because I think it's important for other people to know that there is a different way of healing instead of what we've been told on how to heal. And the reason I'm saying that is Western medicine, American medicine. I was working in the hospitals. I've seen sick, I've seen chronic conditions, I've experienced illness, and the medicines just are a band-aid in my personal opinion. And so I went on a venture to look for a holistic way to heal myself, and I found spirituality. I found meditation, I found plant medicine, and now I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed and I want to scream it from the rooftops, and I want everybody to know about it. At the beginning of my spiritual awakening, when I started sharing my insights and my beliefs, I had a lot of people turn away from me. I lost a lot of friends, a lot of family, secondary to spiritual narcissism, and I stuck with it. I stuck with the spirituality, and I'm going to tell you why I stuck it out with the spirituality, because it was the one thing that I found that made me happy, that made me feel at peace, and really brought me healing. Because now I'm sober. I don't drink any alcohol, whereas opposed to 2 years ago when I was drinking like 5 days out of the week. I no longer am on prescription medication. I have my own coping mechanisms to balance out my nervous system when I feel myself getting anxious or scared or feeling the things that I was feeling that I took medicine for before. I just have different ways of coping with those emotions now. And I just want the world to know, or to whoever this video gets to, even if it's like 0.001% of the world, I'm okay with it, because guess what? It's called a ripple effect. If I can at least impact one person's life, then that person will impact someone else, and then it just goes out like a bunch of little raindrops. Anyways, as I shared my beliefs with those that were closest to me and had those people pull away from me, I then isolated myself, and I went through this journey. We'll call it a journey. I went through a journey through a big cave. There were many pathways, and with everything that was happening astrologically, I was going through a cave. I feel like I'm getting towards the end of the cave now. And as I get here, I've realized that there's no need for me to silence myself from my beliefs and or the things that make me happy or feel good. Because if the people around me are not okay with my belief system and or the way that I think or the way that I'm true to myself, then I don't really want them in my life, to be honest with you. Why would I want someone in my life who is not going to be of value or loving kindness towards my beliefs? I will always let people believe what they want to believe and love them for who they are and just let them be. That's like the ultimate goal for me. It's just peace, clarity, kindness, and love. That's it. That's it. Just, it sounds like a perfect little martini. I don't drink martinis anymore, but goddamn do I miss me a dirty martini. Ooh, with blue cheese, olives. Anyways, it was 6:16 on the clock when I looked up. Today's episode, I know that was like a whole fucking introduction, huh? But today's episode is going to be about my personal experience with Grandmother Ayahuasca and Grandfather Tobacco. I participated in ceremony back in April, so almost about 5.5 months ago. And following this experience, this was like, I was probably in the middle of the cave during this whole Grandmother Ayahuasca experience. And following ceremony, my fucking life. My life just unraveled itself. Unfucking raveled itself. And I've been trying to integrate and figure out my life over the last few months, and there was a lot of times where I was like, what the fuck am I doing? Where am I? What is happening? Like, but I just kept pushing through it. I kept going through the ick, through the mud, and I can breathe now. Like, I can see the light at the end of the tunnel now. I'm no longer in the middle of the cave. And the reason that I know I can say that is because, like, I feel so light. I feel so free-spirited now. I feel like I can say whatever the fuck I want about whatever the fuck I want, and I don't give a shit what anybody thinks or says about me anymore. So yes, I am spiritual as fuck. I am goddess, and I have visions, and I see things. Things that some people may never fucking understand. But the fact of the matter is I have those visions, and I have a community of people who respect me for my visions. It's just like, cool, so you see things, woo! Like, anyways, my personal experience with Grandmother Ayahuasca, I will share that with you today. And the reason that I'm finally sharing it with you today is because I finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, and I feel like I have integrated that medicine, like integrated the shit out of that medicine, okay? I had originally done an episode just talking about ceremony and what ceremony is, and kind of just why I chose to do ceremony and why I chose myself in that experience. But I never actually shared the things that I saw, the things that I experienced, because at that time it was still a very sacred space for me, and I didn't feel comfortable sharing it with the world because I needed to honor myself in that way, to just sit with it, reflect on the things that I saw, the things that I felt, and kind of see how it integrated into my life outside of ceremony. A couple of days before ceremony, I panicked, and I was just like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, can I actually do this? And I got scared. I knew about the medicine. I had done research on the medicine. I had been meditating for a 1.5 years prior to this, and I felt very called to participate with Grandmother Ayahuasca after doing my research. And I got scared, and I called a friend of mine who also uses plant medicine, and I just told him, like, this is how I'm feeling. This is what's going on. And he was just the sweetest. He walked me through the process. He talked to me, but still left the space open to where I could make my own decision. But he also reassured me of the process. And I went through with ceremony. And I even tried to make excuses to not go to ceremony. I texted my facilitators and I was giving them excuses, and they didn't even acknowledge my excuses. They didn't even say anything. And I was like, oh damn, okay. I'm glad that they didn't acknowledge it, because had they done that, I probably would have backed out, honestly. But I went to ceremony, and it was a group of 5, and we had 4 facilitators, and everybody in this group was absolutely amazing, and the facilitators are absolutely amazing. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, I had done research on the medicine itself. I didn't actually really do information on the ceremonial space and expectation. So I really didn't know what to expect. But following ceremony, I went into a rabbit hole about ancient medicine and ceremony and all that good stuff. And I didn't realize how important it was to set a safe and sacred space for the participants of Grandmother Ayahuasca. And when I learned that, I made sure to let my facilitators know how grateful I was for them for creating such a safe space for us, knowing that when we use this medicine, we are very vulnerable. And so it's very important that when you practice Grandmother Ayahuasca, you go into a sacred, safe space and you trust the people that you're with. Trust. When I first got on a video call with the facilitators and I spoke with them prior to participating in ceremony, it was like I had known them my whole life. It was crazy. Like, I just started talking to them and I'm like, how do these people like know me? And how do I know them? Like, it was fucking, like, I was just like, this is crazy. And I remember the first day when I got to the space, Danielle was the first person to come to me. And when she hugged me, I want to cry because I could feel her hug right now. But to have someone put their hands on you like that and just feel their love for you, like, and not even ever like meeting each other physically, but knowing that when she touched me, like, she loved me so fucking much. And I was like, holy shit, like, how is this happening right now? Like, how am I feeling all of this love from this woman and I don't even know her? But it was a really beautiful experience to like have her hug me. I can't explain it. And then I went and I met Dave and everyone else, and same thing. I felt like I knew these people. I felt like they had been in my life for ages. They did not feel like strangers to me. It was so weird, and they were strangers. So that was interesting for me. Let me fix my makeup real quick. Danielle, you made me cry. Okay. But walking into the space, I felt at home. I felt comfortable. It didn't feel weird. It felt like I was home. Really. And so when you participate in Grandmother Ayahuasca, you have to prepare your body 4 to 8 weeks before with a dieta. It's a very specific diet. You can only eat, specific foods. And I have lost like 10 pounds before I went on this freaking ceremonial experience, okay? And then you're supposed to fast 24 hours before. So not only had I been on this dieta, I also fasted the day before. I had only had water for 24 hours. And so the first night of ceremony, we just did breath work, and it was absolutely amazing. It was led by Danielle, and whew, oh my gosh, that was an intense experience for me doing the breath work. It was really a beautiful experience to have that. The next day we drank, what is it called? I forgot what it was called. God damn it, I can hear Dave saying it. So that was night one. On day 2, obviously you can't have anything to eat or drink, okay? So now I'm going on 48 hours of not eating or drinking anything. We were allowed to have sips of water, and that was pretty much it. But the first day of ceremony, we had to drink a tea. I cannot remember the name of the tea for the life of me right now, but you drink an Amazonian tea. It's from the Amazons. And I think it was like a quarter. It was like one of those big serving jugs. I don't know how much it was. A liter? I don't fucking remember, okay? Anyways, you drink this motherfucking tea, okay? And then after you drink the tea, you have to drink like a lot of water. Like a lot of fucking water. And then when you're done drinking all of that fucking water, It's just like vomiting, purging. Guys, I never, like, I know intestines are long, but I was on a strict fucking diet. I lost 10 pounds. I was eating so good, and I could not believe the shit that was coming out of my fucking mouth. And I was just like, and it took me a minute to purge. Like, I was fighting the medicine. I could feel my body, like, no, I didn't want to puke. I was like, I don't want to puke. I don't want to puke. I was fighting the medicine. And I remember sitting there and I saw Dave, and he just looked at me and he's like, hey, Sam, you want to do some hot pay? And I was like, what the fuck is hot pay? So Danielle comes over to me and she talks to me about grandfather Hape. She administers the grandfather Hape, and I have no idea what the fuck this medicine is. Like, I am just like, I don't know what to, like, okay, let's do it. Let's do it. And so Hape is administered through a Caripe, and it is, kind of looks like this. And Danielle puts the medicine on one side, and then we bless the medicine, and she blows into the Caripe up my nose, and the medicine shoots up into my mind. Just kidding, it's my nasal cavity. But it basically vasodilates your vessels, okay? So you just have this like experience. Like, the first time you get Hape, when you feel it in your head, holy shit, it's like a anyways, I experienced Hape with Danielle, and it was such a beautiful, sacred, loving moment. She was so soft in her blessing to me, but when she gave me the medicine, she gave it with power and strength and love. And following that, she like gave me like the biggest hug, and it was just like I was hugging my mom. I can't explain it, but I felt like my mom was Danielle. And that was beautiful because, you know, I had lost my mom 3 years before this. I love you, Danielle. I really do. I'm sorry. Give me a second. Okay. So Danielle gave me the Hape. I'm not even kidding. Like 60 seconds later, I just start vomiting and vomiting and vomiting. And I finally thought I was done vomiting, and I had been sitting there for a while. I had been, you know, praying and doing my thing and just looking up at the sky and the birds and watching the ants on the ground. And during this whole purging process, there's like no hallucinations or anything like that. The whole point of this tea is to cleanse your body of any toxins prior to taking Grandmother Ayahuasca. And so there are steps that you need to take in order to receive the medicine. And so that night was the first night that we would get the medicine. And after we were done purging, we could either go and have lunch or go to our rooms and rest. And honestly, after all that vomiting, I was like, there's no fucking way I can eat. Like, I cannot eat. Like, I want to go take a shower. I want to take a nap. I just need to, like, I had been vomiting for a hot fucking minute, okay? When I got up to go to my room, I saw the dirt. And it was just dirt. But it was the most beautiful fucking dirt I've ever seen in my life. It looked like there were jewels and diamonds and silver, and I was like, I need to lay down in the dirt. Like, I want to be in the dirt. And I crawled down to the dirt, and I just started like rubbing it with my hands, and I was like, oh my gosh, this dirt feels amazing, this dirt. And I just was like, and I ended up just laying there in the dirt with the sun on my face. And then I rolled over and started throwing up again. At this time, one of the facilitators, B, came over and she was like, are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, is everything good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. I think I need to go back to my room now. I think we went and talked for a little bit, and then I went back to my room. I went back to my room, I took a shower, and I took a nap. Woke up from my nap, went outside, and then I blessed myself with rose water, and I listened to music, and I journaled out in nature, and I just was in solitude up until we had to go to ceremony at nighttime. I believe we met at like 8 o'clock. And with Grandmother Ayahuasca, from what I'm aware of, is that we drink it at night because it causes sensitivity to your vision. And so we went to the ceremony space and I drank the medicine. It tastes like molasses. We can kind of chew on an apple afterwards, and you can either eat the apple or spit it out. I ate the apple because I was like, I'm fucking hungry. By this time, I haven't eaten in 3 days, okay? I did not eat lunch after purging, and I didn't eat before because you're not supposed to eat right before doing Grandmother Ayahuasca. So I haven't eaten anything, okay? So I take the medicine, and I start to feel things a little bit, but not really. And by little things, I mean like hallucinations or sacred geometry or visions or whatever you want to call it. I wasn't really seeing anything. And so I just kind of sat there. I know that at one point I got an administration of Hape to kind of intensify the ayahuasca, and it started working a little bit. So then I had a second dose. By the time I had my second dose, there's like 2 people already vomiting. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not vomiting. Like, what? Like, what is happening? I started to feel nauseous. I started to feel like I had to vomit, but I just couldn't. I felt like there was nothing left inside of me. And at this point, I started having visions. And before I ever participated in Grandmother Ayahuasca, I was already having visions. I was already having lucid dreams. I was already seeing Egypt in my meditation. There was a lot of other things from my past lives that I had seen, but it was only in Egypt, in the jungle, and in Mexico. That's it. I never went anywhere else. No other realm, nothing like that. So on my first night of Grandmother Ayahuasca, I went to Atlantis. And I was like, why the fuck am I in Atlantis? And SpongeBob was there, and SpongeBob was distracting me. SpongeBob kept fucking singing, and I couldn't stop singing. And I was singing out loud in the room. SpongeBob SquarePants, I swear to God. But then I realized that SpongeBob was trying to distract me from the message that I was trying to receive. So I was in Atlantis for a hot minute. Next thing I know, y'all, I'm in fucking Japan. I'm in Japan, I'm in China, I'm in Korea, and I'm like, why the fuck am I at the Great Wall of China? How the fuck did I get here? And then I found my motherfucking dragon, and her name is Rithmi. When I found my dragon, I started crying like a little fucking baby at ceremony because I found my dragon. I cannot explain the things that I felt when I found Rithmi. It was like I was home, and my heart just like poured out to her, and I was just like, where the fuck have you been? I love Rithmi so much. She's my little dragon. And so I found Rithmi, and then next thing I know, I started having all of these, I call it scripture. Okay. And I started writing everything down that I was thinking after I found Rithmi. And it's funny because prior to doing ayahuasca, we had a little meeting and we had journaled certain chakras. And the next day, when I looked at what I had journaled during the night before, I literally journaled over the chakras, and I didn't even know that I was journaling over something I had already written. And the synchronicities between the words and the chakras, mind fucking blown. Mind blown. Mind blown. So I get my 3rd cup of ayahuasca, and I feel like I'm gonna start vomiting. And so I start vomiting slowly, but it's not really happening. And everyone is like having their own experience, okay? There's somebody laughing, there's somebody crying, there's someone dancing, and I'm just overstimulated. And I'm like, I need to go to the bathroom. Like, I need to take a shit. Like, I'm about to poop my pants. And they were all talking about pooping pants. I was like, I need to go to the bathroom. So when you go outside, they had like candles on the walkway, and there was like little outhouses. And so I went to the bathroom and I just started pooping like crazy. And I was like, where the fuck is all of this coming from? I threw up all day and now I'm pooping and now I can't vomit. Like, what else is left? I had no idea I had that much shit inside of me. I was full of shit, you guys, literally and figuratively speaking. Anyways, I'm done pooping. I go outside and the fucking moon. The moon is so beautiful. And it's calm and it's quiet and there's trees, and I just felt home. And I did not want to go back to the ceremony space. I wanted to stay outside in the golden dirt looking at the fucking moon. And Danielle comes out, she's one of the facilitators with another one of the participants, and she leads him to the bathroom. And I'm assuming she's just watching me while I'm just like, la, 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 like the moon. Our other friend comes out and she starts walking back to the space, and she's like, Samantha, let's go back to the space. And I'm like, I don't want to. She's like, Samantha, it's time to go. I was fucking pissed. I was like a little kid in my brain, like, I don't want to go inside. I don't want to. It's too loud. I want to stay outside. But Danielle was like, Samantha, come on, babe, let's go. I don't think she said babe. I'm just saying babe because I like to call myself babe. So we walk back into the ceremonial space, and I do not want to be there because I don't want to hear anybody else. I'm just like moody now because I just saw how beautiful the moon and the golden dirt are, and that's where the fuck I want to be. I don't want to be in here throwing up. That's not what I want to do. I was fighting the medicine. And so I got the blanket and I threw the blanket over my head, and there was windows like behind me and to the right of me. And so I turned myself over, I put myself over my yoga pillow, and I just stared outside. Like, I just watched the sky because I didn't want to be where I was at. And next thing I knew, I started crying, and I was like rocking myself back and forth, and I could feel myself like gagging, but I couldn't vomit. All of a sudden, I feel this masculine fucking energy behind me. And they start blowing this intense smoke on me. Like, I can't explain what the fuck it did to my body, but when I had that smoke blown on me by the masculine energy that was behind me, it was like a fucking demon came out of me. It was like, guys, and I just vomit, 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 vomit. When I was done vomiting, I was like, freedom. It felt so fucking good to get all of that shit out of me. And this entire time I had thought that it was a man who had blown that smoke on me, but it turns out it was Danielle. And she was the woman who made me feel like she was my mom. And when I hugged her, I just felt like the nurturing love, femininity from her. And so when I found out that she was the masculine energy behind me who released that demon that was literally inside of me, I was like, this bitch is badass. I fucking love her. Like, how fucking amazing of her to know and see that I was fighting the medicine and that I needed help. And she brought me that nurturing care and love, and she helped me get rid of that fucking demon that was inside of me. Guys, and this was just night one, okay? This was my first night of doing Grandmother Ayahuasca, and it was a beautiful fucking experience, but I fought the medicine so hard on the first night. I fought that medicine, and I am so grateful that Danielle was able to read my energy and gave me exactly what I needed to move through whatever the fuck it was that I was moving through. And once I was able to release all of the shit that was inside of me, the visions, the love, the beauty. I saw my mom, I saw a shooting star, I saw so many beautiful things, and it was a really beautiful experience. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, honestly, because now that I was able to participate in Grandmother Ayahuasca, I feel called to learn more about the medicine. I feel called to talk to more people about the medicine, because if the medicine was able to provide healing to me, I know that it can provide healing to others. And it's the thing that I have faith in now, and it healed me, and so I want to help heal other people. I mean, being a healer is kind of in my skin. I was a nurse. I helped raise my siblings, and I've just always had that want to take care of others and heal others and help others. And so I'm going to use my voice to talk about a medicine that not a lot of people are going to be okay with, but I think it's important for people to be aware that they have other choices beyond the ones that are given to them in Western medicine. So I use this voice to talk loudly, to talk proudly about my beliefs in plant medicine and the healing that it can provide to us humans, so that we don't freaking, don't even want to say it. But there needs to be a point where we just are honest with one another and realize that all of the prescription medication that you're on, it's all a fucking business, and you're a market. Like, you're paying them to put band-aids on you when it's not actually going to heal what needs to be healed. It's not going to help your nervous system. It's not going to heal your chronic conditions. You have to get down to the core level of what the problems are. And I truly believe that this path and this journey that I've chosen on spirituality has worked for me, and I just feel like if it worked for me, why can't it work for you? So this was a long episode, and you guys only got up to night 1. You guys don't even know what happened on night 2, but damn, I'm running out of time. I don't like to keep you guys for so long. I want you guys to go and live your life too, okay? Grandmother Ayahuasca was truly a blessing. I am grateful to have participated in the medicine, and I look forward to participating in Grandmother Ayahuasca again soon. And if you guys are interested in any type of plant medicine, please head over to Sacred Relations Healing. Dave and Danielle Hall are absolutely amazing. They are love, they are light, and those souls, they deserve a fucking Grammy. Especially Danielle. And then Justin and B from Just B, they also do holistic healing medicine out of Las Vegas, Nevada. So if you are interested in Just B, I will also leave their link down below in the description. All of these souls are absolutely amazing and beautiful people. Anything else, Spirit? Just be true to yourself, be authentic, love yourself, and know that holistic healing is possible. And you just have to give yourself the credit and find the power within yourself to change your mindset and grow and believe in yourself, because nobody is going to believe more in you than you and God, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in today on my ayahuasca journey. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a comment down below, or you can direct message me on my Instagram. Thank you guys for tuning in. I love you so much. Namaste. Mwah!